morning. I'm a bit more on time this morning, so that is good. Welcome to my program. My name is Lisa Dublin. I'm a health and life coach, and I help you to live, to speak, and to lead with confidence because why shouldn't you? So I'm coming live from Edmonton, Alberta, where I live now. And I started a series on resilience yesterday, and I want to be continuing this for the entire month of June. So if you are interested in knowing more about resilience, why don't you drop a note and say, yes, I want to know more. Okay. So let's see how that works, right? Yeah, there we go. So wherever you're joining me, welcome on Facebook. A special welcome to my to all the girls community on Facebook. Welcome on LinkedIn, on YouTube. I'm there as well, and on Instagram. So hi Nancy, nice to see you. So you guys, hey Avril, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. You guys, we want to continue talking about resilience. And yesterday, if you were following me, I gave you some homework. Remember that? And I said to you to think of the last adversity that you had in your life and how did you handle it. And I said to you that if you wanted to, you could even grade yourself. What about that? Grade yourself and see what you come up with. Let me just share my screen for a little bit. My Instagram followers, just bear with me, and we'll come back to the video in a bit. So let's just recap what resilience is. There were two definitions I think that really, um, you know, caught my attention and are very relevant to what I want to discuss. And the first one is that resilience is the ability to adjust or recover from any adversity, any illness, major life changes, etc. That's the first one. The second one definition, the power or ability of a material to return to its original form, position after being bent, compressed, stretched, tested, all of the things that happen when you're going through the fire. Okay, I'm going to leave that second definition for later in the month when I want to talk about coming out of resilience and, like coming out of adversity and how resilience with, a couple other qualities can actually make you not come out bitter, not come out in any way hating people, hating life, but hopeful with humility and all of that. But let's move on to the homework that I gave you. Okay. I gave you some reasons that we should be resilient. And I have decided to call what we're going to be doing, the application part of it in the first instance, thought work. Because a lot of change and a lot of life, good and bad, begins in your head with your thoughts. Do you agree? Hey Tia, how you doing? Hey Ian, how are you? Good morning, everybody joining me on Instagram as well. So this was the thought work from yesterday, and I'm going to pick up in the time that we have today. What was the last adversity that you faced? Anybody wants to share? Or you can do it privately in your own space right now. And how did you overcome it? And I said if you wanted to, you could grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 5. One being, you know what, like, oh geez. Oh, oh, what is going on? Can you imagine that my watch? I think my watch is still going. Y'all, sorry about that. My watch, yeah, about adversity, about things happening that you didn't see coming. I think my watch, for some reason, is still on from my run yesterday. Oh my goodness, what happened? Anywho, let's move on. So, grade yourself. Grade of one would be like, I totally fell apart. This thing happened. I didn't know how to handle it. I did not expect it. When you really think about it, a lot of adversity is unexpected, isn't it? You don't prepare if you do stuff like this. Join me this month and at the end of the month when I will be doing in person and virtually. I'll be doing a workshop on resilience. So look out for that. If you do this kind of work, you will be better prepared for the next time, adversity comes along. I know for many people, the big test, as I was saying yesterday, the big test was COVID. you know how did we handle it? So many things happened. People people lost opportunities, families, people lost relationships, people grew in ways that they didn't even think they could through COVID, and lost in ways that they didn't even think was coming. All sorts of things happened. So if you've had another adversity, perhaps you want to look at how you handled it. On this, five was like, I crushed it. I learned my lessons. There's no smell of the smoke of that fire on me. I'm good. Not many people can say that. I know I can't. It's a work in progress. One of the things that I said yesterday was that adverse resilience works like a muscle. It's something that you develop over time. And if you are intentional in thought and practice, it is possible for you to be resilient. Let's move on though. So I was thinking a lot about this topic. And of course, there's reading. One of the resource books, if you have a chance to read it, please do. Grit by Angela Duckworth is a very good book. There's also another one that I'm in the process of reading. It's literally called Resilience. I'll put that one up later on. Okay. But you want to learn something new? This is the place to be, number one. And you want somebody to guide you through change. I'm the person for you. So reach out. Let's talk about what coaching can do for you. But just looking at, how have I been resilient? And the people who I know, you have great, I don't know, but their stories are out there. And also people in my life around me. How have they overcome? I came up with some ideas of the components basically of resilience. They're in no order. I really should have put them in some kind of order, but you know what? Like, just get a little bit of information and inspiration this morning. Take what you need and go and live your life today. Okay? If you can agree to do that with me, I would be great. So here we go. Some of them are be able to end with, if you look at the image, the promo today, you literally see a tree being swept to one side, and not just being swept to one side, but actually adapting so that it doesn't break. It went with the wind instead of fighting against it. It was able to adapt so that it continued to survive. Then there's grit, and that is one of my favorite, I think, attitudes in terms of learning resilience and practicing it, that I will do it. I will find a way. I will dig in and I will get it done. Then, of course, there's strategy, because it's not just a matter of working hard or not giving up. In the not giving up, you have to have a strategy to get you to the other side of adversity. Okay? So it's a matter of how am I, yeah, I'm going to be determined, which is another one here, determination. And welcome to wherever you're joining me. Please say hi. If you're on Hey Nancy, if you're on Instagram or YouTube, please follow me on Basement Chronicles on YouTube as well. So wherever you find yourself, you have to have a strategy for you to get to the other side, or else you won't. You'll just keep on trying, hitting your head the same way over and over again, and just hold up a badge of I am determined. Yeah, you're determined. But what is that getting you? At some point, you have to make sure that in all of the determination, there is a strategy to move from point A to point B. Then, of course, faith and optimism. And that is the point for today, actually. To start with a sense of, I am made for this, I can do this. No, I'm going to land on my feet. And have that sense, if you are a person of faith like I am, you start with, God is backing me. Start with, I can do all things with Christ strength. Now I have to tell you a story about that, because very early when I was so excited about, I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me, until I realized God did not want me to do everything. Right? That was like a check for me. Like, no, you're going to do the things that He wants you to do. And that's when you're going to have Him in the mix to make it better. But there has to also be that sense of optimism. It's going to turn out for my good. That, you know what? I am going to look for the bright side of things. I'm going to find the hope in this. I'm going to find the lesson. That is part of being resilient. We'll talk more about it. I just wanted to present my wheel. Of course, determination. I spoke a little bit about that. So determination is, I can do this. I will do this. Grit is, I will dig in and get it done. Now, Also, I'll come back to evaluation because it literally is one of the last things in that whole process of, and cycle of resilience. You have to find support. One person from afar or somebody in your circle. What there are some changes and some adversities that we can't even afford to suffer privately with, that you have to find help, be it a coach, be it a friend, be it I have gotten support from people who don't know me just by listening to the things that they say and following them on social media and so on. I have grown because I've simply appropriated for myself and my situation the good that they do. Now, here's another thing. I wanted to put in, I thought I had put in humility there. That also goes hand in hand with a high self concept. That when adversity comes, I'm going to be humble. Yeah, this is where I am. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to front and pretend. I'm going through this right now. That's the humility and the acceptance of your situation. But I think part of the high self concept is no, I was meant for better. I have to get on the other side of this because that's what I'm worth. I'm worth more than where I am now. And so even if I find myself in dire straits, in adversity, whatever I'm going through, accept, yes, but love yourself enough to know that you're meant for the best that you can be. You'll go through, but you go through to with a sense that I have to come out of this. I will get on the other side. There must be a way. So, of course, we have evaluation to look at where you are and reflection. I didn't put that one in there, but it's clearly part of resilience. Taking that time, journaling, quiet time during the day. Like I know I've spoken about it here. Just my prayer time, meditation, taking time to kind of even download all my thoughts and do the thought work. A lot of it as a coach now is the work that I do on my own self to kind of figure out where I am, what worked, what didn't work, what can I do better, right? These are not my concepts. It's from the coach that I study with, Stacy Bayman. What worked, what didn't work, what can I do better? So all of these, if I may, let me just stop sharing, come back to my community for a while. Hey, Instagram, how are you doing? So, all of these, in my opinion, do contribute to a sense of resilience and you developing the skill, the muscle, the resilient muscle. Let's move on now to um, point number one, a can do attitude. Let me ask you a question. If you believed that you would land on your feet, that you would succeed, what would you be doing right now? I had to confront and ask that question, not confront. I had to ask that question of myself to kind of settle into what I want to do in life. I was like, if I'm going to succeed anyway, what do I want to be doing? And that's a little offshoot of the main point, which is I can do this. I was built for this. Like I always say, I think the kids of today, they were built for the phones, the thumbs, the quickness of the sharpness of the wit, oh my goodness. They're built for the world as it is. What if you had what it took for you to come out on the other side of whatever adversity you're facing? Instead of thinking that you cannot, instead of thinking that no, I cannot do this. What if you thought that you could? What would then happen? Let me go back to sharing. Y'all see, I'm having fun with my with my technology. I'm just enjoying it, right? Right. Let me just go back here for a second, and that's our point today, and then we're going to end. There's a couple more minutes, right? When you develop a can-do attitude as one of the components of being resilient, something happens in your mind that I'm now exploring actually in the book Resilience. Something happens in your mind. The minute you say, I can't, and there was that quotation from Henry Ford, if you think you can or you cannot, you are right. No, And you're right for many reasons, because when you think you can do something, immediately your mind starts to look for ways to get it done. When you believe that you are able to overcome, immediately your mind, number one, sees you overcoming and then works backwards from that overcoming reality to make it happen. But you first have to believe that you can. What if? What if you just believe that I can do it? I was made for this. You see that, you see whatever challenges come today, in my, not in my strength, for me, with God on my side, I can do it. He's my father. He loves me, and I love to go there because that is my foundational way of looking out at the world. What if you believe that you could? What would happen in your mind? Where are my people at? I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm going to go back and then look at all the comments and so on. So just because I'm going through a third party, I'm not seeing all my comments, but that's okay. I'll log in a little bit. Let's move on. So, as I said, a can do attitude helps you to find solutions to whatever adversity. It's as if saying that I can do it is the key that opens the door to the solution. What we normally think happens is that you have to find the solution, then believe it. No, it actually works from first believing that you can do it. And that becomes the key to somehow in your mind and your spirit unlock the solution that you were looking for in the first place. So let's move on. Almost there. So here's a thought for you to think about. Okay? No matter what it is, I will land on my feet. Try it on. That's like going into a store and trying on like you're trying on a dress or trying on a new pair of shoes. Try it on. Walk around your mind with the thought, "No, I will land on my feet, whatever it is." And then immediately you say that, guess what happened in my mind, thinking of my present challenge? The minute I said that, and then obviously I went on, I have God, I am my best resource. I immediately went to past examples of when I overcame, past examples of when it was hard and I did it and I survived, past examples of other people I know who survived in similar situations. What if I said no, I can't do this? Immediately you close the door on the solution. So the developing a can do attitude is literally giving you a key, a lever. It opens the door to the solution to get you on the other side. And that, I think, that can do attitude to believe. That's like, listen, that's like me before I begin a run. Before I begin a run, like I run on my treadmill a lot, saying to myself, you know what? No, I'm on the other side of 3 miles. No, 3.01 miles. I'm on the other side of it. I'm going to get it done. And then I begin to work backwards from the 3 miles towards the 3 miles. And it seems, I hope you get, do you get what I'm saying? Perfect sense in my head to first get to the finish line in your head and then work backwards from there towards there. Like, it sounds confusing saying it out loud, but excuse me for that. I hope it makes sense to you wherever you are. So, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I hope you're watching. We're going to end very shortly. And so, I want to leave something with you today. We're going to continue tomorrow. Um, what I have planned for tomorrow, we're going to continue looking at. I'm going to look at grit tomorrow and look at exactly what does it mean. And the next day we're going to perhaps look. So I have all the points, and we're going to take them one at a time. So here's your thought work for today. What do I mean by thought work? This is how you do it. When you're done here, listening to this little live or the replay, please type replay if that's what you're doing, listening on the replay, especially my diamonds in the To All the Girls Success Club. You guys, by the way, do you know yesterday I got an invite from a guy to join the To All the Girls Success Club? Just, I'm going to leave that right there. So, it's a club for girls, women, you know? I'll leave that right there. Here's the thought work, and you think about it all day long. You ruminate on it, you chew on the thought, you turn it over in your head. So, you know what that can lead you to if you want to develop yourself? Put away the distractions. While you're washing dishes, you don't need the radio. All you need is that constant stream of your own thoughts going through the work we're trying to do here, if you want to, that is. That's how you do thought work. I do a lot of my thought work on the treadmill. Okay. That's it. Or in the bathroom, on the shower for some reason. Why is it thoughts just come in the shower? I don't know. That's everybody's story. You guys realize that? Everybody's story. So here's the thought work, and we're going to end. What if I believed that I would overcome? What if I believed I would know I could overcome? What would I no longer be afraid to do? If you really believed that you would overcome, win, land on your feet, succeed, find a way, what would you no longer be afraid to do? Answer that question, and we're going to continue tomorrow to delve into this topic, which is so important, about resilience. And I hope I'm kind of, teasing your mind a little bit to join me at the end of the month, or it might actually be early July, just because July 1 is such a big, it is Canada Day here. And that's such a special occasion. So we will do it after, the week after. But watch out for that, the virtual experience as well as in person here in Edmonton, Canada, because you can't ever go wrong with doing a live class, a class on life, a class on getting better. And that's what I'm aiming to do now, bringing that wisdom and know how and coaching experience, in short pieces, in brief moments of time, to the community here. Let me stop sharing, and we're going to end this. Okay, folks. So I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you have a good day, and think about the thought and the question for today, which is, if you believe that you could overcome, what would you no longer be afraid to do? Thank you so much for watching. And, send me a DM. Tell me how I'm doing, what you want to hear about, and so on. This is the month of resilience. I'd like to hear your stories as well of resilience. So you can DM me privately if you want to. Send me an email. Go to my website. Where is my website? You follow me. Let me see if I can. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm on Twitter as well. Please don't forget to like and share this video. Go to my website and you can send me an email from there, or just simply lisa@lisamdublin.com. Thank you, everybody.